What's up guys on YouTube, NGS here, and here it is, Ask Neo episode 2. Now I know this is a little, on short notice because I just said yesterday saying, oh yeah, send in your questions for Ask Neo episode 2. And frankly, I got a lot of questions. I got close to 250 messages, so I'm just like, wow. So the reason I'm doing this so early is because I want to get out the load now, and I want to tell you guys Ask Neo will be a bi-weekly series, not bi, like bisexual, bi-weekly series basically every other week. So I'm going to do it today, so the next one I'm going to do won't be for a while, basically. So I picked the few questions. I actually picked them up from the comments section, and I'm going to answer the questions that I thought were pretty interesting. Why don't the people ever age in Pokemon? Yeah, actually that's a really good question. Why don't they age? I mean, I don't know. It's probably because they're one of those. Yeah, it's one of those animes that's never gonna end. I mean, the greatest. If you can hear some noise, that's my dad's doing construction. But it's one of those greatest examples of this is an anime that's never meant to end. I mean, if you look at another anime, I know I am gonna get a lot of freaking hate for this. Detective Conan / Case Closed. It's never gonna end. He's never gonna regain his body. How long is she gonna wait for him? I don't even know. I wouldn't have some common sense if some guy was turned into a kid. I'm not gonna wait for them. I mean, seriously, just move on. And they're gonna say, oh no, it's because of love and all that shit. No, freaking, he's gotta tell her eventually. And this anime's been going on for who knows how long. I mean, I love it, but there are a lot of episodes that are just freaking rehashed, same shit over and over again. You can guess who the killer is in the first 5 seconds you meet them. And in the case of Pokemon, they just contradict everything that happens in the series, and this more goes along the lines with there is no manga for Pokemon. That's why they can do this shit. Because when with a manga, you have to stay to the strict thing. Like, I mean, in some examples like Fullmetal Alchemist or Negama, they didn't do that. That's why the animes were better, because it just wasn't like, you have to keep following this and that and this and that. Pokemon doesn't have a manga, so they can just make up any shit they want. I mean, seriously, I mean, it first starts out in both English and Japanese as just 10. When he gets to Viridian City to get his last badge, they both say he's 11 years old. Yet when he meets May in the Hoenn region, he's 10 years old again. How does that work out? I don't know. Pokemon's retarded. So let's move on to the next question. What is your earliest anime memory? Wow. You guys really making me think on this one. My earliest anime memory, believe it or not, was when me and my sister were watching Sailor Moon. Yeah, I mean, come on, all the anime guys, you have to admit, once in your life, you did watch Sailor Moon because it was, in some cases, interesting. I mean, when I was like 4 or 5, I was like, oh, why are these, it looks so girly. But there was this one episode where me and my sister were watching it on the midnight run. It was way past our bedtime. So we were watching it. My mom walks into the room. She's like, hey, what are you guys watching? And it was the scene where this freaking demon turns its head around like freaking The Exorcist, like, shh. And my mom's like, what are you watching? And then she got pissed off at us because of that. So there wasn't Sailor Moon in our house for a couple of weeks. So yeah, that was my earliest anime memory. It was actually pretty funny. Question number 3. Are you getting Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Heroes 3? Yes, I am getting that game, you guys. A lot of people said they are going to get Heroes 3, but when they played Axel 3, they really didn't feel like getting it. I mean, I'm going to get it because I like that game. I've been following a lot, and it looks like one of the better Naruto games that have come out. I mean, freaking you got the Ninja Council series, which is utter bullshit. I mean, doing the same shit over and over. And I don't understand. I mean, this actually looks like a great Naruto game compared to like all the other 90% of them. So, yeah, I am going to get Heroes 3. Next question also pertains to a video game. Are you getting Halo Reach? Yes, I am getting Halo Reach, you guys, because I might be the only person on Xbox, but I just got Halo 3 in summer of 2009. And I liked it to an extent, but I really didn't feel like playing it a lot. So a couple days ago, I got back on it, played the multiplayer. It was pretty freaking fun. I'm the last person in the world to play Halo, but it was actually pretty enjoyable. So I am going to get Reach, because it actually looks like they put their time and effort into this, and it's not like ODST, where like, ODST only took them, 14 months to do. But seriously, if you get ODST, if you bought it for like, full retail price, may God have mercy on you. I'm so sorry for your soul. When is Birth by Sleep being released in North America? Frankly, I don't know. I mean, Nomura, like in the whole Square Enix team, says it's coming out summer 2010, which I believe them on that. But then GameStop says, and all these other websites say it's coming out December 31st, 2010. And I'm just like, how does that work into what they said? Like, it's a big-ass jump from summer to winter. And I'm just like, wait, why would they release it on the last day of the year? I mean, that doesn't make sense. I mean, if they were going to delay it, they wouldn't delay it a full 6 months unless they're working on some groundbreaking new features. I mean, I know they're giving us extra content, but a whole 6 months delay, I mean, frankly, I can't wait for that. I mean, I just can't, not like wait, like, oh, like I can't wait for, I am not going to wait that long for a video game. I mean, it's not that hard to localize it into the American dialogue. I mean, getting the actors, dubbing it, you know, it's not that hard. I mean, adding new features, I bet they were probably working on as they were doing Birth by Sleep in Japan. So, I don't know. I'd say summer 2010, late July to early August is my opinion. Don't trust me on what I say. I might be wrong. If they do release it in winter 2010, God help Square Enix because the people are going to bash them. But frankly, I'm just going to say summer 2010, you guys. What is your favorite Dragon Ball Z game? Yeah, cool. I haven't gotten a DBZ question in a while. A lot of you guys are going to say that my favorite DBZ video game is probably going to be Raging Blast or BT3 or, you know, stuff, you know, the fighting stuff that was released on the home consoles, you know. Believe it or not, my favorite Dragon Ball Z game is this. Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku 2. This is probably my favorite Game Boy Advance game next to Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Legacy of Goku was just amazing because it really captured the story of DBZ. I mean, everything that they said in the anime, word for word, they reproduced in the video game. I mean, everything from when Vegeta turned Super Saiyan to Gohan fighting Cell, like all the dialogue. It made you feel like you're watching the show, but in a video game form. I mean, they even got the music for it when Vegeta turned Super Saiyan. You know, like dun 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 dun. I know I'm bad at that, but you know, everything. It made you feel like DBZ, and like that's what a lot of DBZ games are lacking nowadays. I mean, everything is just hardcore this fighting, all that stuff. I mean, it's just like, why can't we have a great DBZ story game? I mean, all of the DBZ story games, except for Budokai Tenkaichi 2, the stories have been whack. I mean, like, what the hell are they doing? I know Raging Blast, they tried to fix that, but I mean, they have to work on a better DBZ game. It can do a lot more with Dragon Ball Z instead of just straight fighting. That's why the last DBZ game I enjoyed after BT3 was Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans for the DS, because that's not just a straightforward fighting. It's an RPG game, and I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed freaking Raging Blast, you know? And that's why I haven't even bought Raging Blast, because I'm so torn on if I should get this, you know, they're probably gonna come out with a sequel or something. But yeah, that's my favorite Dragon Ball Z game, guys. What are your thoughts on the new motion controllers coming out fall 2010? This person's talking about Project Natal and the PlayStation Move. I'm gonna start out with Natal because it's easier. Project Natal, I think, looks pretty amazing. I mean, from the demos that they showed at E309, it looked like a pretty great thing. But the thing that really, there are a lot of things wrong with Natal. I mean, if you're going to play Natal, you have to be in an open area. If you're just like some kid in his bedroom, a small bedroom, you can't play Natal because like you're going to have to be, to do those fighting games, instead of, if you're going to risk your TV or anything important, you have to have a broad space to play Natal. And the second thing is the tracking really doesn't look that accurate. I mean, there's like a second delay on when this lady was kicking a ball, and I'm just like, I don't like stuff that has delays on it. I like stuff that happens like that. So those are the things I really don't like about Natal. And I mean, Natal it's aimed for casual users, but there's not a lot they can do with it that isn't going into the games. I know they have that whole thing with not Gran Turismo, freaking Need for Speed, you know, the racing, but it doesn't really interest me that much. I mean, I'm gonna pick it up for the hell of it, but I don't even know what Microsoft's gonna price it at, because if this is like next gen technology with all this cool shit and a camera, is really going to be less than $100. I mean, this is the company that charges us $100 for a wireless adapter that should have been included in the console. So what are they going to do with Natal? You guys take a wild guess. And the next thing he says is, what do you think of a PlayStation Move? PlayStation Move is what I'm really looking forward to, because Sony said it's going to be under $100 for this, and this is what the Wii should have been. Like, the Wii is great for basic motion controller, like this and this and this, but not for in-depth stuff where you gotta like really go like that. I know they have the Motion Plus, which really helps it out, but the Move Sony's really working hard on the Move to make it accurate as can be. I mean, if you look at the demos they showed, it looks amazing, and I cannot wait to try it out with SOCOM for US Navy SEALs when it comes out. So the Move is what I'm really looking forward to, you guys. It's everything the Wii should have been. And we might even be seeing some HD Wii ports, like, you know how they said No Mirrors was coming to the PS3 and 360 in Japan? Maybe they could port it to the PS3 in Japan using those advanced motion controls. I mean, tell me that wouldn't be sick. We might be seeing some multi-platform releases of Wii games that would have just been Wii exclusives because of the Move. And personally, I think it has more potential than Natal when you're just going like this and this. When with the Move, you can actually replicate, you know, shoot and stuff. You are not going to be able to replicate shooting with Natal, people. Come on. So those are all the questions for Ask Neo episode 2, you guys. I really want to thank you because these questions were actually pretty interesting. Please send more questions. I'm going to be doing my next Ask Neo episode. Let me check my calendar on my phone. All right, calendar. Today is the 18th, so I'm gonna be doing this video. I'll be, you know, generous for you guys. I'll do this video on Friday the 30th. So you guys can definitely check a second Ask Neo episode on April 30th. So yeah, enjoy that, you guys. Keep sending those questions in, and I'll catch you guys later.